ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਹਰਜੀਤ ਸੱਜਣ ਨੇ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਅੰਦਰ ਮੂਲ ਨਿਵਾਸੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਅਹਿਮੀਅਤ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਮੂਲ ਨਿਵਾਸੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅਪਣਾਇਆ ਅਤੇ ਇਸ ਦੇਸ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿਣ ਨੂੰ ਥਾਂ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਤੀਆਂ ਦਿਲ ਨੂੰ ਝੰਜੋੜ ਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਦੇਣ ਵਾਲੀਆਂ ਹਨ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਆ ਹੋਣੀ ਬੇहद ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ। ਲੰਡਨ ਦੇ ਮੁਸਲਿਮ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਨਾਲ ਹੋਏ ਹਾਦਸੇ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਦੁੱਖ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਗਟਾਵਾ ਕੀਤਾ।
And it's important for us to acknowledge this. And the reason I say this, it's those First Nations who welcomed all of us, regardless of what century you came from, what decade you came to these lands. And before there was a Canada, there were the First Nations. And they welcomed us onto these lands. They didn't look at what religion that we had. They looked at, can we contribute to these lands? And they continue to welcome us. And yesterday, when I attended the vigil with many of you there, there was a Indigenous elder who didn't have to be there, but when she heard of the survivor of the family, the young boy who needed to be comforted, because when knowing that the family is completely lost, she went up on stage and wanted a Thunderbird blanket presented to this boy to know that you are not alone. She didn't have to do this, she came there. Why do I share this with you? I share this with you because she came to grieve there with you. Even though we know what the First Nations community is currently going through. And she gave me this. And I've known her for years. I share this with you because times of anger, times where we're grieving, times when we're hurting, there are good people that come together. And that's what we need to focus on. Because that's what the true Canada is about. We know the legacy. We all know it too well. We have made many apologies as a government, as we should, to acknowledge the wrongs of the past. And it's the right thing to do. To acknowledge it, you learn from it. And we will learn together with the tragedies that always brings us together. This is not the first time I've come here because of tragedies. And I'm going to be honest with you, this may not be the last time. And not just for our community. When I see ours, even though I'm a Sikh, I consider a part of your community, especially when there's tragedy. When the family was struck by that individual with hate in his heart, I want to come out and say, I'm a Muslim. When Jews are attacked and killed, I want to say, I am Jewish. Because that's what Canada is about. So before I talk about some personal perspective, I want to give you our government perspective. You know me, and you know our Prime Minister. When we talk about multiculturalism, what does it mean? It is not words. It's about what we feel inside. We know that because we also know what his father, when he created our Constitution and putting the Charter of Rights and enshrining those rights inside, what that changed our country.